Hello, it is Tuesday, September 22nd, in the year of our Lord, 2020. I actually stole that year of the Lord part from one of my favorite radio stations. X96 has a show called Radio from Hell in the Morning with Carrie Billingina. You listen to it enough times and it just rolls off the tongue. You just know what to say. So today is a waxing crescent phase of the moon, and while we're on the topic of the moon, there's some cool moon news. In 2024, NASA plans to send the first woman to the moon along with another man, and I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. So I wanted to start each day with maybe a fact about the moon or a fact about space or something, and maybe what the moon phase is. Next, we have something kind of sad. I guess today or yesterday, the United States hit 200,000 deaths from the pandemic. That's pretty bad. Number one right now, the U.S. is leading the way in something, and that's just really sad that people just can't get it together and wear the mask. It's not that hard. I have one in every one of my vehicles. I have one on my desk. I have spares everywhere, and while I do think it's a little annoying, and when I wear glasses it fogs it up, look, it's easy to do. Who cares? Just do it. Even if you don't like it, if you don't agree with the political climate, just do it. It's not that big of a deal. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I just do it. Pretty simple. I wanted to talk about some other things. I was thinking today while I was at work, where would I move if I could go anywhere? I was asked this question by my friend Teddy, who I was on the phone with for hours today. He lives in Baltimore. I'm in Salt Lake City. Out of all the places I could really think of, and I've been to a bunch of places, I would want to live somewhere alone, kind of far away from everything. And I think the rainforest is absolutely beautiful. Somewhere in maybe the Amazon, I would live out there. Maybe Costa Rica, I would live out there too. I love the city. I love big cities. I'm from Las Vegas, so I think it's really cool and beautiful in its own way. But there's just something about being that close to nature and all those animals and all that nature and just the views. And I think I would love that. The culture, the food, and the lack of big city. That's where I'd want to move. I've kind of have my sights set on a place that I know I will retire. That's Lake Tahoe in Nevada. The Nevada side of Lake Tahoe. I think I want to retire there, maybe Incline Village. So that's probably where I'll end up. But the dream place would be maybe Costa Rica or somewhere in the rainforest. It's just beautiful. I at least want to visit there and see what it's like for a bit at some point in my life. Hopefully the younger, the better, but we'll see how that goes. And for the furry topic, I had something that kind of came at me the other day, and I had to deal with. And it's not a huge deal. I'm not really angry about it or upset or anything, but it's something that I see a lot, and it kind of bothers me. And that's stealing things from Patreon and then posting it publicly or even just viewing it at all. I understand there's a lot of people that can't afford to subscribe to Patreon or their patrons or their favorite artist, and that's okay. I think the problem is you feel like you're entitled to view these things, even though the person that is creating it is just trying to make a living. Someone took one of the little ref sheets that my wife makes, the little blank PDFs, and it's a paid-for version. It doesn't cost very much. It's on Gumroad. It's like $4. Someone took that and then re-uploaded it to Twitter. Said, just color it in. And that's wrong. I had to fill in a DMCA on her behalf because of this. And it's not that she really disagrees with people using it or even, some piracy. It's not a big deal. But when you just post it to the masses like that, it can create a big deal. And while those little tiny $4 here and there, it isn't very much, it does add up over the course of a year, and that is helpful when it comes to bills and things that she wants to do or things that she wants to spend money on. It's good to have that pocket change. It's good to have that there, and taking that away I don't feel is right. Some of them are even small artists that don't really make a whole lot, and then they have that one patron that just goes and puts it on another website to look at, so you can look at it for free. And I think that's wrong. These people are just trying to make a living just like anyone else, and you're not entitled to view something. If you can't view it, you can't view it. If I want to go and see a play or a movie, I pay to get into the movie theater. Piracy will always be an issue, regardless, but I think that trying to minimize it as much as possible, or as best as possible, is definitely ideal. So one of the last things on my mind isn't furry at all, but I did want to talk about it because maybe somebody can actually help me find something that I'm looking for. I recently listened to an episode of Reply All, and it was called, I think, The Case of the Missing Hit, where a man remembered a song and he looked it up online and he found bits and pieces of the song, but he can never find the song. They recreated the song based on his memory to try and find this song. And it was one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Reply All episodes ever made. And I kind of have a similar situation for something that I remember watching on TV that I cannot find. I'm pretty sure it was on Mad TV, and it was a janitor or a maintenance man for an office or an apartment complex, and things would break. The door would break and he would be painting it, and then like a vase or something else would break, and his answer to fixing everything was, "Ain't none a little bit of paint won't fix." And I loved that skit, and I say that quote often in life when something is broken or breaks or doesn't work right. I just say, "Ain't nothing a little bit of paint won't fix," and nobody understands that, and I wish I could find that video. I'm pretty sure it was on Mad TV, but I don't know, and I haven't been able to find that clip or episode or any reference to it online anywhere. I just know that all it is a maintenance guy that fixes everything with paint. So I like that video, and maybe someone can actually find it. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about today, but that's okay. I think this will be a short video where I just talk about those few things that are on my mind. So don't steal art, and going to the moon in 2024, says NASA. And that will be the end of it. So thank you for watching. If you did, if you enjoyed it, then leave a comment. I don't really care. I just want to know if there's anything else that I could do or should do in these videos. But again, they're mostly for me, so I don't really care either way. But for those who did stick around, that's cool. Thank you. And I'll be back tomorrow.